teammates, specifically Dalvin Cook, came out and said he thinks Kirk Cousins is playing as well as anybody in the NFL. You've obviously seen Kirk Cousins. How good is he playing?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a different Kirk this year from the attitude perspective. Kirk has always been a pretty dynamic quarterback. He's struggled with some consistency in the past. That has changed this year, but the leadership and the attitude that he's bringing to the table seems to be the difference maker for him so far this year. Obviously, he's not thrown an interception on the season. I think he goes back to week 14 of last year for his last interception, 8 touchdowns on the year. He had 3 touchdowns in the first half against Seattle, and then they kind of shifted that offense a little bit. He was still productive through the air, still moving the football, but they went to the run game in Alexander Madison last week. But Kirk is playing good football, and that's exactly what this team needs of him. It's consistency. He's never going to be the kind of guy, there's fantasy football players out there that are shaking their head because he's never going to put out big fantasy numbers because he doesn't run the football, but he's very efficient and he knows how to run this offense here in Minnesota. And that's what matters most for this team is running this offense, long, elongated drives, and then putting points on the board when they get in the red zone. That was a knock on Kirk in the past before as well, that he got to the red zone and then the offense would stall and they'd have to settle for 3, which here in Minnesota, that's been problems of late as well. But this year they are scoring those touchdowns in the red zones, getting the 6 and 7 points instead of the 3, and that's made a difference for this team.